Welcome to the Onfinity's Field.ai training video. The agenda of this video is to understand the use case related to field service request, and then we will cover all the processes for field service request. So, a field service request is a formal service request in which it is traveled to the customer's location, providing the required service, perform task from the customer asset, and complete the request on site. So, let's start with the use case. With this use case, let's understand the real-world problem of how a field service request is handled step by step. Customer David reported a low flow issue with the coffee machine model K500 to our service partner Expressed. So before proceeding, he requested a quotation. The customer representative assigned technician John to inspect and address this issue. During this inspection, John found that a new filter was required and proceed with the installation. While working, John realized another spare part was also needed for the same task. He added it to the request on site. After completing his part of the job, John identified that an additional task was required. He added it to the system so another technician could follow up, and a revised quotation was then sent to the customer for approval. The next day, technician Mark was assigned to complete the new task. He arrived at the location and resolved the remaining issues. Once the job was done, Mark confirmed the task completion using OTP verification from the customer, and invoice was generated through the system. So, this use case highlights the flexibility of the field service workflow right from the complete registration, inspection, spare part management, task escalation to final invoicing, all while ensuring transparency and customer satisfaction. Now we will cover all the processes related to field service request. First, we will cover the creation of the sales quotations with price assessment form, then the creation of the field service request, then assigning and scheduling of task to technician, then execution of task from the mobile application, then completion of the field service request, then generation of the AR invoice, creation of the new request from the mobile application, then creating invoice from mobile, and then inventory cover. So now let's move to the Onfinity system to see all these processes. This is the landing page of the system. If you want to see the user details, you can click on this icon image, and then you can find the details about the rule, client organization, and warehouse. Now let's go to the price assessment form to start the process of field service request. You can also use these buttons to go to price assessment form, or you can go to menu and search for price assessment form. A price assessment form is a dynamic step-by-step wizard designed to help users in systematically and evaluating the pricing of service or spare part related to a specific field service request. This form allows the user to create a detailed sales quotation based on the predefined pricing tools and components. Once the sales quotation is finalized, the form enables the seamless creation of a field service request, ensuring all necessary service details are accurately captured and efficiently processed. The price assessment form is divided into 3 sections. First is the parameter section. Then in the middle section we have task and pricing section, in which we will find the details of the task and pricing. Then we have action section that includes these 5 buttons. On the left-hand side we have 5 parameters. First is organization. The organization is marked as a mandatory parameter. That is, the data in the subsequent field, such as customer, asset, price list, are filtered out based on the selected organization. Then there is a sales quotation parameter. The sales quotation parameter in the form offers 2 key functionalities. First is to view the sales quotation document number. So, after generating a sales quotation, user can view the document number in this field. Second is to source the sales quotation by document number. That is, user can source a specific sales quotation by entering its document number. The form will then retrieve and display all the relevant details of the sales quotation. Then we have the customer parameter. The customer parameter has a list of all the customer associated with the selected organization. Then the asset parameter. The asset parameter displays a list of assets for which the user wants to generate a sales quotation and create a field service request. Then we have the price list. This price list offers all the price lists available in the particular organization. But upon selection of the customer, the price list will be automatically populated based on the selected organization as per the configuration done on the customer master. Then in the middle section, we have a button to add the task on the form. On the top right corner, we have field for grand total that shows the grand total for the sales quotation. Then we have action section that have 5 buttons, download button to download the sales quotation on the system. Then second is email assessments used to directly mail the sales quotation at the customer email address. Then there is a clear button to clear all the selection on the form. Then there is a button of create service request to create a field service request. Then we have sales quotation button to create a sales quotation. Now let's create a sales quotation by using price assessment form. Select the customer. Click on this button. Let me select Stanley. Upon selection of a customer, price list will be automatically updated as per the configuration done on the customer master. Select asset. Let me select coffee machine. Then click on this add task button. Click on the task group. Select the task group. So, all those task group will be visible here, in which this particular asset binded as a serviceable product on the task group configuration. Let me select basic inspection. Upon selection of the task group, this particular pop-up displays all the tasks available under this particular task group. So let me select. You can select all by this button, but for this case, I am adding this particular one task, basic inspection of the machine. Click on the Add Task button to add the task on the form. So, the basic inspection of the machine task is added successfully on the form, and spare parts for this task are automatically populated on the form. By default, the quantity of the task is set to 1 and is freeze. You can update the quantity of the spare part if required. You can find the price of the spare part here and currency just next to it. These prices are automatically populated based on the defined prices on this particular price list. Then there is the tax on this spare part, and there is a tax amount. Then there is a total amount of the tax on the top right corner. You will see the updated grand total. So, user has several accesses to change the quantity of the spare part. User can also change the price. User can also change the tax. The tax amount and total amount will automatically be updated based on your selection. If you want to add any spare part or charge, you can add by clicking on this button. So, click on this button. Let me add a spare part coffee machine filter. You can define quantity in this field. Let me add. So here coffee machine filter spare part is added on the form. So, if you want to delete any spare part, you can delete by clicking on this delete icon. So, suppose I don't need a container large, I can simply click on delete icon to delete this particular spare part. I don't need any pH testing kit for this. I don't need any proper fire for it. Deleted. So here, if I change the tax to tax amount 4.5, the system will automatically update the tax amount, total amount, and so the grand total. Now after finalized pricing and task details, user need to click on the Save as Quotation button to create the sales quotation. Let me click on the Save as a Quotation button. Document type will be auto-populated as sales quotation. Here you can bind the order reference. So, let me select it as sales quotation for Stanley. This is valid up to date for the sales quotation. Here you can add the description for this sales quotation. Let me select sales quotation for Stanley. Click on the Save button to create a sales quotation. Then system will give a new notification that sales quotation created successfully. Also, you will find the sales quotation notification on the left section that sales quotation created successfully with document number 1089. Also, you will find the sales quotation in this field. That is, if you want to see the particular sales quotation, you can zoom it to this field, toggle it. You can see the sales quotation is created with all the selected parameters that we have selected on the price assessment form. Here we will find the spare part, and this is task. Let me close it and go back to price assessment form. Once the sales quotation is created successfully, you can actually download the sales quotation document by clicking this download button. You can download it. Here you will see the sales quotation document downloaded into our system as in the PDF form. Let's go back to our system. If you want to email sales quotation document directly on the customer email, you can click on this email assessment button. This will open a new screen. Here you can bind the customer email address. Then you have to bind the subject. Here you can add any text or any message that you want. Then click on the Send Email button to send the email at the customer email address. Let's go back to Price Assessment form. Now let me clear all the selections on this form by clicking on the Clear button. So now let's suppose the customer confirm on the sales quotation document, and now he is requesting to create a field service request. So now the next step is to create a field service request. To create a field service request from the form, we need to retrieve the details of the sales quotation on the form. So, for that, you need to select the customer name. So let me select Stanley. Here, click on this button on the sales quotation field. Here you can see all the sales quotation document that are created against the Stanley. So, recently we have created 089 document number sales quotation. Select this document and click on OK button. So here you can see all the details are retrieved on the form. Now user need to click on this Create Service Request button to create the field service request against Stanley. Here in this field you need to define the document type. Let me select it as Inspection Request. In this field you need to define the priority of the field service request. Let me consider it high. In this field you need to define the problem that is calibration required. Here you can define any description for the field service request. So, let's select this field service request for Stanley for his coffee machine. Click on the Save button to create field service request. So, upon creation of the field service system will give you notification that field service request created successfully. Close it on the left section. Also, you will see the notification that field service request created with document number 1059 and order created successfully, that is sales order 565. So as soon as we created the field service request system, will automatically create a sales order at the back end, and the sales order number is displayed here in the notification section. Now let's go to the field service request screen by clicking on the menu button. Click on the menu button and search for field service request. Go to the field service request by clicking on the field service request number. Here you can see all the details that we have defined in the price assessment form. If you want to see the details of the sales quotation, sales order, you need to go to the Additional Detail tab. Here you can see the quotation reference and sales order reference. If you want to see the quotation reference, you can go to the three icons button and then click on the Zoom button. Let me zoom to the sales orders record. Toggle it. Here you can see the sales order document status is set to be drafted. So as soon as any resource starts working on the field service request, this document status of the sales order will become completed automatically. Now let's go back to the field service request. Click on the back button. If you want to see the task details, you can go to the Task Details tab. Click on this Task Detail tab. Select the task. Here you can see Task Chargeable is automatically true for the tasks that are created with the sales quotation, and task amount is auto-populated here. If you want to charge customer for the resource travel, you can mark this checkbox as true. And if you want to charge a customer based on the resource, you can mark this checkbox as true. So let's see the spare part details by clicking on the Spare Part Service tab. Here we can see both the spare part that we have added on the prices that conform are reflected here. That is insulation tape and coffee machine filter. Insulation tape and coffee machine filter are there with the quantities and price. After creating a field service request, user need to assign that particular task to a resource. So, for that we need to go to Scheduling and Dispatching form, click on the menu button, and search for Scheduling and Dispatching. This is the landing page of the Scheduling and Dispatching form. If you want to create a new team, you can create a new team by clicking on this plus button. Here you need to enter the name of the team and click on the Save button to create a new team. And if you want to add any further resource in your team, you can add by going to the Resource tab, then select any resource, drag and drop this particular resource to this screen to add the resource in your team. So these three Alfie, Oliver, and Henry resources are available in PI team. Now if I want to assign a particular task to any resource, then I will simply click and select the task and drag the task from this Open Task section and drop it under the resource to which I want to assign this selected task. So let me assign this task. So this task is assigned to Alfie. The task came on the top. And also, if you want to sort the task, you can apply the sort settings. Here, you can basically filter out with the open task based on the request data ascending or descending, expecting data ascending or descending with the task name ascending or descending, and then click on the apply filter to filter out between the task. Also, we have some other filter as well. The types. If you want to filter field service request work orders upon the priority and upon the status, you can also filter task. And if you want to search task with the customer name, you can also enter the task customer name here, and then click on the apply button to filter out task. Also, here on the assign section, if you want to filter out task, you can filter task based on the customer name. Enter the customer name here, then click enter to search task for this. All this have been covered in a different video. You can refer to that. So, if you want to see the resource details, you can click on the resource to see the details. That lifetime task 94 this month, 13 tasks scheduled, 116 tasks about email address, work week, base location, maintenance group type, phone number, skills, etc. Resource type and availability hours 9:30 to 4:30 p.m. Also, if you want to see the details of the task, you can click on this task card. You will get the details of the task, the checklist assigned with them, tools assigned with them, spare part assigned with the task and skills. So, all these details you can find by clicking on the task. Now let's move to the field service request and see the changes. Go to the task detail tab, toggle it. Here you can see the task is assigned to the source Alfie. Now let's go to the spare part services tab to see the changes. Toggle it. Here you can see warehouse is automatically set to Alfie warehouse, and the locator is set to Alfie warehouse locator. As the Alfie warehouse is binded with the Alfie resource on the service and maintenance setup, we have covered this part in a different video. You can refer to that. So now, if we see system has updated on hand quantity for installation tape, that 727 quantities are available for installation tape, and let's go to next record. Here we can see that this particular product has no quantity in this locator and warehouse. So we need to create requisition for that. So, to create a requisition for this particular product, user need to mark this checkbox as true requisition required and click on the save button to save the record. So, whenever you don't have the required on-hand quantity for the particular product, you have to create the requisition for that product. So now we will see how to create a requisition for the product against any field service request. Click on the Home button. Now after coming to Home, go to the Actions, and then here you will find the option to generate the requisition. Click on the Generate Requisition option. The system will ask about the document type in a pop-up. Select Purchase Requisition in the field and date required for the requisition. Then click OK. Now system will give you notification at the bottom that facing inspection of the machine task, requisition created with document number 9001. So if you want to see the created requisition detail, go to the Task tab, toggle it, go to the Spare Part Services tab, select the product against which you have created the requisition. Here in the reference section you will find the requisition number is updated automatically. So, when you click on Zoom button, you will also receive a mail that a requisition is created against this task. You will see the requisition is created with one quantity of this particular product, and the document status is also completed. Let's go back to the field service request now. After creating the requisition, the responsible team will do the required material transfer from the source warehouse to the requester warehouse. So let me show you how they will do it. Click on the menu button and go to Material Transfer screen. So, we have two options. Either we can use this widget to create the material transfer, or we can go to Record section and then click on the New Record button. Then select the document type, select the From Warehouse and to Warehouse and click on the Create Lines from Requisition. Here you can add the lines into this. But currently, as we have the functionality to create a material transfer from this widget, we will create using this widget. So this is our record. Select this product and click on this truck icon to create the material. So here you will see system has automatically create the material transfer record, and automatically insert the line into the Lines tab. Now all you have to do is to complete this material transfer record. Click on OK button. So, this particular record is suspended for Express Admin approval. Now Express Admin will approve the record. Once the material transfer is done and approved by the responsible authority, the on-hand quantity of the particular product will be updated on the Spare Part tab. Here it becomes 1. Let's go back to the Task tab. Some other details available on the Task Details tab. First is Checklist. Basically, these are the checklists that need to be performed or filled by the technician when he is performing the task from the mobile application. Here, as you can add any new checklist if you want. Also, the resource can add a new checklist from the mobile application. Here, when the resource fills the actual result, and the solution it will reflect here, and have the Maintenance Tool tab, and which have the list of the product tools that are required as a maintenance tool for performing this task of basic inspection of machine, and then we have Task Schedule tab. This tab is only visible after we have assigned this task to a particular resource. So, we have already assigned this task to a resource from Scheduling and Dispatching form. So here we have Task Schedule tab. Currently in this tab there is no data. We will create one data from the Scheduling and Dispatching form and creating a schedule for the task, then that data will be automatically fetched here. So, talking about pricing, we can charge customer based on 3 factors. First is task pricing, then there is a travel pricing and resource pricing. If we want to charge customer for the travel, we can make this checkbox true, and then system will show up these fields, and which in travel charge you have to select travel charge. Travel charge is basically a charge record that is created on the charge master screen there. Zoom it. Travel charge. So, all the charge that are created with this travel charge checkbox true will come under the travel charge. Currently, this travel charge is reflected on that field with the charge amount of 200. We can edit this amount as per our requirement, basically. So, let's go back to Field Service Request screen. Here, the charge amount will automatically fetch as per the pricing set. And from this field, we can select the tax. That will be applicable on this travel charge amount. So, when you change this travel estimate hours, price of the travel will change automatically. Let me keep it as 50, that is half an hour. So this price will become 50% as this whole price is for 1 hour, and total travel amount is 105 after tax, basically. So, if you want to make chargeable for the resource as well, firstly, we need to bind the resource for the task. So, let me bind it. Click on this, select resource, and then click on Save button. Now you have to make this checkbox of resource chargeable true. Again, system will show some fields. When you mark the checkbox as true, and then you need to select the resource product. This resource product is basically the resource type product that we have binded on resource. Let me zoom it and show you. So this is a product. Basically, this is a resource type product, and we have defined the pricing of this particular resource type product and the product price. Now we have binded this particular in the resource screen. Let's go to Service Maintain and Setup. Click on the resource screen. Click on Alfie. Here in this Resource Product tab, you will see that Engineer is binded here. So, this particular product that we have binded with the resource or the resource product will reflect in the Field Service Request screen when we mark this resource charge as true. And we can also define the tax here. The tax will be implemented again if the total amount changes as per this particular task estimated hours. So let me save it. But for now, let me go with only the task charge to show you how this will work. Mark this false, and save. Now let's move to the Scheduling and Dispatching form to create a schedule against this task. Click on the menu button and search for Scheduling and Dispatching. So, this is the Scheduling and Dispatching form, and this basic inspection of the machine is the task that we have assigned to Alfie. Now we need to make schedules for this task. For that, you need to click on the Schedule Task button. The system will open a pop-up in which you will get the details about the task. 1 hour is the total estimated hours for the task. Here is a button to add day. On the right side, you will see the graph. This green graph basically represents the available time for this resource alpha. Orange color in the graph show the scheduled time. Now you need to click on the Add Day button. After clicking on the Add Day, it will ask you to details about the date, time, date, start time, and end time. So, we select the date for today on the calendar. Let me schedule it for 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Right here, if you know, decrease the number of time range, so system automatically calculate the schedule for every day. And suppose if I define the time range for 30 minutes, and the system automatically update that 2 schedules are being created for this task for 2 days. So, let me create only one schedule in this case and click on this. You have to mark this checkbox as true. It's type of a confirmation that you are going to create schedule for 1 day. Click on the Save button, and system will give you the detail that you have created a schedule for 31st July. 14 to 15, that is 2 to 3. If you want to edit this particular schedule, you can click on this. If you want to delete the particular schedule, you can click on this delete icon to delete this. Now click on the Schedule button. So task is scheduled. Here you will see estimated hours is 1, scheduled is 1 hour, and work is 0. You can also see the details of the scheduled tasks in the calendar view. Click on the second icon of calendar to view the details in calendar view. So here you will find the basic inspection of the machine, time 2 to 3, status is scheduled, and the document number. You can also reschedule from here as well by selecting the particular schedule or drag and drop to any other time range. So let me drag and drop show you, let me schedule it for another time. So, this is how you can schedule this particular task for any other time range. You can also assign it to any other resource by dragging and drop to this particular resource, but here let me keep it as 2 to 3. Now we will discuss some other features of the scheduling and dispatching form. In the Open Task section, we have a sorting option by which we can sort task, open task, call the open task by request date, by expected date, and by task name. You just have to select and click on the Apply button to sort task based on these 3 parameters. User can filter to filter out open task section based on their type, based on their priority, and based on their status. Also, you can search any task against any customer by with the customer name. You just have to enter the customer name here, and then click on the Apply button. Let me show you how to filter task. Let me apply all field service requested filter and click on Apply. So here you will see one filter is applied, and these all open task section, or all the field service request records are filtered out. Let me clear it. This is the resource section basically in which we have list of all the resources available. This particular box shows the count of total task assigned to this particular resource. In the middle section, we have options to switch between the dates by using these arrow button. We can go to any back date by clicking on this arrow, and we can go to any future date by clicking on this arrow. Also, we can see the details of the scheduled task, or basically all the schedules that we have created that day. Also, we have a calendar view here by which we can go to any date and one go. Then we have calendar view. When you click on this calendar icon, you will land to calendar view. In this view, user can see the details of the scheduled task to resource for the full day in a graph-like representation in which the top bar has the date and the sidebar contains the time frame basically. So, by this view, user can quickly get an idea about the resource occupancy with the task and what are the current status of each task schedule. So here you can see the status of this task is schedule. This view helps in better management of the tasks. So, by default it is open in daily view, but you can change it by clicking on this drop-down option or change it to weekly view. Now this calendar view will open up in a weekly view, where user can see the details of the task schedule for the whole week in a single view. You can also switch to different week by clicking on these arrows. If you want to go back to any backdate week, you can go to backdate week, and by clicking this arrow, and so you can go to any future week. So when you take your mouse pointer to any box, it will show the name of the task, and this view particularly, it shows 3 different colors. This gray color represents the task schedule is completed, and this skin orange color represents the task is in schedule status. And we have one more color. Let me show you. This is the travel. Basically, the dark blue color shows the travel time, and this light blue color shows that this particular task schedule is in progress right now, and it's not completed yet. Next is the map view. You need to click on this location icon to switch to map view. This particular view is integrated with Google Maps. Here you can find and locate any resource and open task easily. Here we can see that this Alfie resource is available near Patiala, and this Oliver resource is available near Mohali region. If I click on this, I will get the details about the Oliver availability time. That is, he is available from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Alfie is available 9:30 to 6:30 basically. Also, if I want to see the open task on the map area, you just have to mark this checkbox as true, and then open task will be visible on the map area. One task is available in Chandigarh, one task is in Sector 80, and one is in Panchkula. Here, you clearly locate at what location there are open tasks available and at what location resources are available so that you can assign these tasks to nearby resource to minimize the resource traveling, and so the expense of the traveling. You can also view the assigned task in the similar way by marking this checkbox as true. You can also switch this map to satellite view by clicking on the satellite button. Now let's move to the field service request screen to see the created schedule is updated or not. Go to Task Detail tab. Toggle this record. Go to Task Schedule tab. Here you will see the details of the created schedule 31st 2 to 3 p.m. Let's go back to the home screen. Now to link the mobile application with the web, you need to go to the mobile linking screen by clicking on the menu button and search for mobile linking. Open it. System will generate a QR code that need to be scanned from the mobile application field.ai. But before scanning, make sure you have the latest or updated version for field.ai app mobile application on your smartphone. You can download field.ai mobile application from the Play Store and from the App Store if you're using an iPhone. Now let me just switch to the mobile application screen to show you how to connect the field.ai mobile application with this QR code. So, after installing the app from the App Store, you will be able to see the app icon in your app tray or on the home screen like this. Open the mobile application by clicking on the icon. It will ask for camera permission as sometime resource need to upload any photo while performing the task. So, you have to provide the access for the camera. Select the access and click on Continue button. Now click on the Scan button. Then camera will open a QR code scanner. On your mobile application, you have to scan the QR code that is available on the mobile linking screen on the web. So let me just scan QR code with the application. Click on the Scan button. Scan the QR code. So now you have to enter the password that you use for access your web system. Enter the password here. Click on OK. So, after scanning it will ask you to set up a 4-digit PIN for the security purpose. You can select the PIN as per your choice. But for now, let me skip this and let's dive into the mobile application. So this is the interface of the field.ai mobile application. So, the dashboard act as a central hub for field.ai mobile application, offer user to clear overview for the service operation. Dashboard is divided into various parts. First is top section. This is the drawer section. Then we have the graph section. Then we have the action section that includes this button and AI Aura button. Then we have the bottom section that includes scheduled, assigned, and open task section. At the top section, user can view the logged in user profile, and the information is showing the name of the resource and the role from which the user is logged in. The next is the graph section, basically where you find the number of scheduled tasks and number of completed tasks. This particular chart shows the percentage of the schedule in relation to the completed task. From this button you can see the schedule history. And this is a graphical representation of the scheduled and completed task. So next is action section. Basically this one shows the number of tasks for today. Then you have a button to create service request. Then we have AI Aura to use the AI functionality in the app. Then at the bottom we have these sections which will show the count of the open task, assigned task, and scheduled task. And at the top right corner, we have a drawer section that have several functionalities like equipment search, schedule history, document search, settings, notification, and at the bottom section, there is a logout button. Now we will see how to perform a task on using a mobile application First resource needs to go to the Schedule section by clicking on the Schedule button. Here you will see all the schedules that are created for tasks. You can switch between dates as well, 30, 29. If you want to download the particular schedule, you can download the schedule by clicking on this download button. Let me download it. It's downloaded in the system, and you will see upon downloading it will show a cloud icon with the tick that this particular schedule is downloaded. Now you can perform this task without using internet. And if you want to suspend this task, you will have to click on this 3-dot icons. From here, you can suspend this schedule. On this particular task chart, you will see all the key details about the task and task group, customer location, document number, priority of the request, or created date and expected date. You will see the task of the schedule is from 2 p.m. Let's land to next step. Click on this task. In this screen, you will see the details of the schedule or list of all the schedule that are created for this task. Currently, we have created only one schedule for 31st July, 2 to 3 p.m. If we have created 2 or 3 schedules, all those schedules will be visible here on the screen. Orange is used for the selected schedule, green for completed schedules, red for missed schedule, and gray for upcoming schedules. Now we need to click on the Proceed button. If you want to see the details about the task, you can click on this arrow button. Here you will find all the details about the particular request. If you want to see the asset details, click on this Asset button. On this screen, you will find all the details about the asset, resources who have previously worked on this asset, the history of tasks done on this asset, a list of spare parts installed, files related to the asset, and tasks related to this asset. Let's go back to the previous screen. From here, you will also find the user manual. You can click and open the user manual to read it as well. Let's go back to the previous screen. Here you will also see Aura AI if you want to ask any questions. Let me ask AI, what are the maintenance points mentioned under the safety and instruction section? Let's see whether the AI can answer this question or not. Basically, the AI responds using the user manual that we have uploaded for this particular asset. It analyzes the whole document and provides answers to the questions. So here, the AI answers about the safety and instruction section points for maintenance. It gives the correct answer to the particular question. You can ask any question to the AI that is mentioned in the user manual. The AI will analyze the user manual and give answers based on that. Let's go back to the previous screen. If you want to see the document details, click on the document number. From here, you can download the request, and you will see the document status, field service status, updated at, service type, priority, description, estimated time, actual hours, who is the supervisor for this asset, name, problem, customer, and more. There is no file available. Let's go back. If you want to see the customer contact details, click here. You'll find the numbers and email address of the customer. If you want to see this particular location on Google Maps, click on the direction button. The system will redirect to Google Maps. Let's go back to the previous screen. When you switch to the checklist tab, you will see all the checklists for this task, the spare parts required, tools required, and any files related to this task. Let's go back. Now let's perform the schedule. To perform the schedule, click on the Proceed button. To start the travel, click on Start Travel. This confirms that you have carried the above-mentioned tools and spare parts before traveling. Mark this as true and start travel. Once you start travel, a timer will start on the top left corner, and the estimated travel time will show on the right. If you want to suspend the schedule, you can do this by clicking this icon. If you want to discard the travel, click on Discard Travel. Let me wait for a few minutes for it to complete. It's almost 1 minute. Now we will finish traveling. Click on the Finish button to finish the travel. There is a confirmation. You cannot come back to this screen after selecting OK. Let me select OK. The mobile application will land you on the screen to start the task. Click on the Start Task button to begin. Upon clicking, the timer will start on the top left corner, and the estimated hours for the task will show on the right. Once the task is started, you need to fill out the checklist. Let me check it. In short, how many components or parts were replaced? We haven't installed any spare parts yet, so check for a failure and fill out the checklist. If you want to add any photo to the checklist, you can add that photo. Click on the Add Photo button. The mobile application opens the camera. Just take the photo and click Save. If you want to highlight any particular area, you can mark it. Click Save. Select the folder in which you want to upload the document, and the system will automatically upload the document. So, we can upload any document against any checklist. Go back and click on the Submit button to submit this checklist. Now go to the Spare Part tab. Here we see the filter machine is not in stock. Let me install insulation tape since it is in stock. Once installed, this particular gray box becomes green, with the quantity installed displayed. Now go to the Tools tab. Here you will find the list of tools required to perform this task. You can upload any file or photo here. Click on the Upload button, select the folder, Upload File. You can upload a file using the camera, gallery, or files. Click Save. The document is uploaded. Let's go back. Here you will see a list of all the documents you have uploaded against this task. Go back and fill this checklist. Click on Submit to fill the checklist. Once you fill the checklist, the checkbox becomes blue. If you want to add a new check, click on Add New Check. To add further spare parts, click on Add Spare Part. Let me add 4mm screws. Select the locator and define quantity. Let me set it to 5. 4mm screws are added. Let me install them. You can decrease or increase the quantity as required. Click on Install. Currently, it's showing 0, quantity installed with the gray icon. After installation, this box becomes green with the installed quantity. Let's go back and process this task. To process the task, click on Process. The system will ask for confirmation. You will not be able to come back to this screen. Are you sure you want to finish this task? Click OK. Now, you will also receive a task schedule completed, and you will see the details of the completed schedule. Here, select the cause code. Let me select Natural Deterioration, and any completion notes, such as completed and verified. Is this task completed? There is only one schedule against this task that we have created and performed, so yes, this task is completed. Tick Yes and proceed. This is how we can perform the task using the mobile application. Go to the Onfinity system to see the changes of the completed task performed on the mobile application. This is the field service request against which we perform the task. Here you see the task performed checkbox is true. Go to the Task Detail tab to see further details. Toggle this record. Here, all the task details become frozen. We cannot make changes further, and the task performed checkbox is true. The task completion notes entered on the mobile application is also reflected, completed and verified. Go to the Checklist tab. Toggle any record. Here, you find the actual result and solution updated, and if you want to see the document uploaded using the mobile application against this checklist, you can view it by going to the right action panel and selecting a new document. Let me close it. Go back. Now go to Spare Parts and Services tab. Here, you will see all the spare parts installed on this asset. Toggle any. Here, the material consumed checkbox is true, and you get the delivery, shipment, receipt line, sales order, and quotation reference in these fields. Go to the next record. As they haven't installed the coffee machine filter, unavailable in stock, the material consumed checkbox is false. Again, for the 4mm screw we added, material consumed is true, and the shipment line is created. You can refer to this. Let me show you the delivery or shipment. The system will redirect to the delivery order screen, showing the created movement quantity of 5. Go back to the filter of the request screen. Go back. Now, after completing the task, we have to create the invoice against the customer. But first, we need to update the status of this field service request to complete. Once the status is completed, you will get the option to generate the invoice. Currently, it is frozen. Let me update the status by clicking on Action, then Update Status. Click OK. Here, we have multiple field service statuses: Open, Assign, Hold, work in progress, completed, incompleted, invoice generated, and quotation generated. Select task completed. Click OK. Field service request is updated and changed to complete from quotation generated. Now go to the Action tab. Now you will see the Generate Invoice button is active. Click it. Do you want to start the process to generate invoice? Yes. In this field, define the document type for the invoice. Select Invoice. Whether to complete the invoice? Yes. Click OK. The system gives a notification that invoice is created with document number 1031, and you will find invoice details here. Go to Invoice Detail tab. Here we see all the lines for the invoice in this document, and the delivery order reference on the delivery order. In this Log tab, you find the status history done on the field service request. Let me show you the invoice. Toggle any record. So, the invoice is created in completed document status with all installed spare parts and tasks charge. Go back to the field service request screen. This is how we can perform the task using the mobile application, then create the invoice against the customer on the web application. Now, let's see how to create a field service request from the mobile application and then generate an invoice and sales quotation through the mobile app. Go to the mobile application. This is the landing page of the mobilefield.ai application. To create a new field service request, click on the Service Request button with the plus icon. Now, what type of request do you want to create? I have logged in with the admin role, so I have two options: create a field service request or a work order. The app works on a role basis. If you log in with field service admin, you will only see field service. If with maintenance admin, only work order. Select field service and click Next. Select the maintenance type. Drop-down shows options. Let's create an inspection request. Now define the customer. Let me select Vincent Stan. Mark this as true. Address will be automatically fetched and is bound to this customer. Select address, then select customer contact in the next field. If a customer reference is available, it will be shown. Currently, there is no reference. Click Next. In this field, define the asset. Let's keep the same asset that is coffee machine. Upon selecting the asset, the system will ask about the customer location or use asset location. Currently, the asset is with the customer, so select Do Not Use because I want to travel to the customer location. In the next field, select Service Type. Select Calibration Services. Define the priority for this request. Let me select High. At the bottom, you will see details of the last service done on this asset. Also, you will see the service history, all services performed on the selected asset. Click Next. Share about the problem. Define the problem. Mechanical failure. Enter the description. Machine is not working properly. Select the expected date. Choose date. Click Next. In this page, you need to add the task group and task. Click on the middle button to add task group. Select Basic Inspection and General Service Task. At the top right, click the tick button. Now, add a task from this group. Request basic inspection of the machine. Select the task and click the tick button at the top right to add it. System asks if you want to assign this task to yourself. Mark this as self-assign if desired. From these three dots, you can remove a task. You can add more tasks by clicking plus icon. Click Next. You will see all the details mentioned for this request for review, a confirmation step before submission. Up top, you see the 6-step process to create a new request. After finalizing all details, click Submit. A new field service request is created successfully with document and sales quotation numbers. Go back to the dashboard. Now switch to Field Service Request screen on the Onfinity system. The created field service request can be seen in the system, reflected with the same document number and status. When you create a request from the mobile application, the system automatically creates a sales quotation and sales order as well. These details can be found in the Additional tab. Here you see the quotation and sales order reference. Toggle records to see quotation details. Back to the field service request screen. You get the sales order here in drafted status. When the resource starts working, it automatically becomes completed. Back to the field service request screen. Task chargeable is always true for every request, with the defined price for the task. Checklists, maintenance tools, and spare parts are automatically fetched. Now perform the task from the mobile application and create the invoice. The task is in the Open section. Go to Open section and identify the task. Use sorting and filters as needed. Select the task. If you want asset, document type, or customer details, check here and accept the task by clicking Accept Task. After acceptance, it moves from Assigned to Scheduled section. Now, schedule the task from Mobile application. Click Schedule Task button. To schedule, click the Add button. You will see a pop-up. Close it. To schedule, select this box. Double tap to drag the box to any time slot. Double tap to extend it as needed. This task is scheduled for 5 to 6. You can move it to any other box. Click Submit to finalize schedule. Note: you cannot schedule for a previous time, only current or future. Set schedule from 5:10 to 6:10. Click Submit. The app displays details of the created schedule. To download the schedule for offline use, click on the Download button. Click Proceed to start the schedule, then Start Travel, and confirm that you have everything needed. Travel timer starts on the top left, estimated time on the right. Wait a minute. Then finish traveling. Click Finish, then OK. Now start the task. Checklists, spare parts. Let me install all the spare parts needed. On installation, the system notifies you. And when you refresh, gray boxes become green with installed quantity. Let me fill the checklist. Click on Submit. To add new checklists or spare parts charges, use their respective buttons to add new checklist. Click on the Create New Checklist, or to add spare part, click on the plus icon. The Tools section has lists of required tools. The File section allows document uploads. This completes the task. Process it to see changes. Click Process, then OK. The task is completed. Select cause code. Enter completion notes. This task is completed. Confirm the task completion. After completing the task, return to the home page. Go to Onfinity System to see updates. Go to the Task Detail tab. Task performed is true. Screen is frozen. Completion note updated. Checklist actual result and solution updated. In spare parts, material consumed is true. Shipment line is created. All spare parts are consumed and installed during the task. Toggle the Schedule tab to see scheduled and actual times, actual hours, and travel times. Now create the invoice against this request. Back to the mobile application. To create an invoice, go to the Drawer section by clicking the icons in the top right. Go to Document Search, enter the document number, and submit. Select the record, the recent field service request you completed. Currently, status is quotation generated. If you have added more spare parts or charges, you can regenerate the quotation. If not, click on Field Service Status to change it to complete. Click OK to confirm. Now, only if the field service request is completed, you can generate the invoice. Click Generate Invoice, select Invoice as doc type, click OK. The system creates the invoice successfully. You can download the invoice, open and preview it. If you want to directly email the invoice or sales quotation to the customer, you can do that by clicking on the message icon. If this email ID is not available with the customer, you also add another at this time. Add another email if required, then click Send. Invoice is sent to the customer via email. Here, you will also find some other details related to field service request. You can also download the request. The invoice is created, and so the status of field service is now changed to invoice generated. Now the mail that I send to myself on the email. So, the mail I have received from the system with message and attached invoice. Let me preview it. This is the same invoice with same amounts. So after generating invoice, the next step is to do customer confirmation. Customer confirmation, a feature that verifies the task completion. If this particular mail address is not available with the customer, then you can also add new mail address in this field, and OTP will be shared on the new mail address. Let me add new mail address. Click on Customer Confirmation to trigger OTP to registered email. If needed, add a new email. If customer doesn't receive OTP, then you can resend the OTP. Technician asks customer for the OTP and enters it. This ensures the customer has acknowledged completion. I have received the OTP, let me enter. Enter the OTP. Customer is confirmed. So this is how we can create field service request from mobile application and perform it using the mobile application field.ai. In the Onfinity system, the field service request status is changed to invoice generated. In the Additional Details tab, customer confirmation is shown, and at the header panel, customer is confirmed. Now complete the field service request. Click the Complete button, confirm the action by click on OK button, and complete the document status. After completing or even beforehand, you can generate and share the print format of the request with the customer. To do this, go to the home screen of the field service request, click on the printer icon, top right, select the required format, let me select PDF, and the print format is downloaded. This format you can share with your customer. It contains service details, installed parts, charges, totals, and task name. If you want to share print format for a specific task, go to Task Details tab. Follow the same process. Printer icon, select file type, click to download the task's report, includes checklist results and details. You can also generate the print format on the mobile application and share with the customer. On mobile, go to Scheduled section, select Task, Task Detail, Document Number, then click the download icon. The print format is downloaded and can be shared. To download print format after performing the task, go to the dashboard on the mobile application. Go to Drawer section, go to Document Search, search for document, select Record, and you can hit the download button just after the request number. So from here also you can download the request details. For a specific task, go to Task tab, click Download, and the print format for the task is downloaded. This details checklist, tools, installed parts with quantity, expected and actual results, all as per entered performance data. This is how you can download print formats for all field service requests and tasks from both web and mobile apps. Now let's go back to PPT. So far we have covered creating sales quotation and field service requests using the price assessment form, assigning and scheduling tasks using scheduling and dispatching form, performing tasks using the mobile application, creating and completing field service requests from the mobile application, generating invoices from both web and mobile after completing the task. Now next is to learn about inventory count. What is inventory count? Inventory count is a process of physically verifying and recording the quantities of product held in stock at a specific location or across multiple locators. It ensures that the actual stock on hand matches the records in the inventory management system. Inventory counting is essential for identifying discrepancies, preventing stock shortages or overages, maintaining accurate financial records, and supporting effective inventory control. Businesses need to count inventory so that components, parts, or raw materials can be restocked as needed. Now let's see how to create an inventory count document in our Onfinity system. Go to the Onfinity system. This is the landing page. To go to inventory count, click on the menu, search inventory count, and open it. Go to records, click new record to create a new one. Select document type, physical inventory. Select warehouse. Choose the warehouse where you want to update quantity. This is the movement date. Select and save. Now go to the line tab, click new record. Select locator. Locator list is filtered based on the warehouse selected. Select product. For example, coffee machine filter. Physically, I counted 20 units, but the system shows only 10. As on date count is 10, set adjustment type to quantity difference. Check the locator stock for this product by zooming on locator. Check stock. Go to page 2. Coffee machine filter nylon has 10 units on hand in the system. But I counted 20 more, so I will update as 30. Click Save, then complete the document. Click OK to confirm. Now go back to the warehouse screen. Refresh. Here, the on-hand quantity for coffee machine filter is updated to 30 as per the physical count. That's how to do inventory count in the Onfinity system. Go back to the PPT. We have now covered all the processes used in field service management in this video. That's it for this video. Thank you.